Let's go.
Hello and welcome back to the podcast. As always, I forget what episode we're on, but we shall. We'll go with what Andrew says. We'll go with 27. And we'll also go with the Wallace and Gromit special. Yeah, maybe.
Special.
So we've had a little look this morning, reviewing some movies, and we've decided to pick one that is quite popular right now, due to the fact I believe it's just won a couple of awards. The newer one. We've picked two of the older ones, but I think it was the new movie that kind of gave us the idea to cover this kind of subject. That's a new one, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then
This
you've
is
gone for an
the
older
older one.
Yeah. So we've done an older one and a newer one.
The prequel to that.
And we're going to talk about both of them. I must admit, hands in the air, I've never watched Wallace and Gromit.
No, I
just
have.
Well, before today.
Definitely not, no.
Before today, I'd never watched it, so it was kind of new for me actually. So sadly the camera cut out, but we were covering the. You go for it. We have just watched a bit of that one.
Wrong Trousers. No, we've watched all of it.
Watched all that one and the brand new one.
Yep.
So
last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was end of last year. Yeah. Was it?
Right.
Which is the sequel to this one.
Oh, so it kind of
it's
goes
the
together.
sequel.
So would you like to start it off? So who was in your group? It was you,
So
Stephen,
it was me, Stephen, and Jane. Have you? You've got your script, haven't you, Jane?
Yeah.
So did you want to read first?
Yeah,
Jane?
when
it came out and the rating. So we sat down and we've looked it over and I mocked up this pretty neat and clear script.
Lovely.
Which I'm quite happy with.
No, it looks nice and neat. Looks clear.
So, the Wrong Trousers, when did it come out? The Wrong Trousers came out in 1993.
And
IMDb rating a 8.3.10
out of 10.
out of 10.
It's quite solid, to be fair.
Yeah, it is.
It's quite solid.
The only speaking role was Peter Sallis as Wallace, because Gromit obviously doesn't talk, nor does the villain. It won an Oscar for Best Animated Short in 1994, so the year after it came out. Nice. Do you want to start reading a bit of the plot, Jane, and then we'll...
Wallace gift Gromit a pair of techno trousers for his birthday to take him for walks. To pay with his debts, Wallace went home to a penguin who befriends Wallace and forces Gromit out of the house. The penguin is later found out by Gromit to be wanted criminal feathers.
McGraw. And after he took interest in the techno trousers, uses them to raid the museum to steal a diamond, framing Wallace in the process. Gromit comes to the rescue, and after rewiring the trousers to free him and Wallace from a wardrobe, they pursue Feathers on their model train set and trap him in a milk bottle. A penguin that conveniently fits into a milk bottle. With Feathers incarcerated in the zoo, and Wallace's debts paid with the reward money, the discarded techno trousers reactivate and walk off into the sunset.
And does that lead kind of into that one? I've not watched the new one.
Yeah.
Are the trousers in the new one?
No, the trousers have by then disappeared. They do reappear in a game that was a series of games that was made by Telltale Games, if you've heard of them.
No.
Oh, Telltale Games.
Yeah.
Didn't they make The Walking Dead, am I right in saying?
I'm not very familiar.
We'll put in a fact check.
They have made The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead.
They did.
I have seen it.
But there is a scene before we leave. Sorry to cut in here, but there is a scene at the start of the new one that takes place after they've captured him, they're on the phone to the police, and you just see him tied up, and he's like this, which conveniently ties into the plot of what happens in the newer one.
Right, and we'll get to that. I mean, we're not going to give a spoilers alert for a 1993 movie.
No, no. If
Has
you
everyone watched the new one here? Has everyone watched the new Wallace and...
Yes. Show of hands.
Wallace and Gromit, the new one.
I've seen that.
And we'll just give spoilers to whoever's watching. Click off the video if you've not watched it yet, because I believe you've covered a tiny bit of the plot in this, haven't you?
Yeah.
So your group was you, Sharia, and Dan.
Yeah.
You've looked over some facts of the new movie. Would you like to go over it?
Yeah.
Do you want to start?
It came out on BBC iPlayer on the 25th of December, Christmas Day 2024.
Oh, I bet that made a few watches that day, didn't it?
Yeah, that was like
Oh,
Christmas
Christmas
Day.
Day,
It was Christmas Day night, because that's what they usually do. They bring out an animation later on.
Yeah, for some reason, I don't know. The rating on IMDb was 7.6 out of 10.
Ooh, so a bit lower than what the Wrong Trousers was.
Yeah. But it's a sequel. Sequels don't always do as good as the original.
Is there? Can anyone think of a sorry to interrupt you there, Jay? A sequel that's done better than the original?
Oh God.
Can anyone think of a film that's done that? Where it's followed up and been better than the...
There's definitely one that I know, but off the top of my head, I can't think.
There is a couple I know, but I can't. Again, I'm with Charlie. I can't think. If we'd actually sat down and looked at it, you know, I'd go, oh yeah, that did better than that.
Yeah. Right, what we'll do, we'll let Charlie do a bit of research on his phone. Jake, you carry on. We'll come back to the sequels
Yeah,
in a
because
bit.
he didn't tell us to do it, though.
No, it's you getting more.
Yeah.
Where you want to do the two walking?
Okay.
I'm sorry, we just had Rick crawl on. We'll just walk past the camera. Oh, go on then.
The Dark Knight, Terminator 2 Judgment Day,
That's pretty good.
The Godfather Part 2.
Never watched it.
I have watched that.
The Godfather, I have.
A lot of the Harry Potters seem to be on it.
The Guardians of the Galaxy's got better in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I seen that film. It was really good.
Toy Story 2 is rated better than the first one, supposedly.
Oh.
Yeah, I seen it.
Wait, so The Dark Knight, that's the second best rated movie of all time as well. So that really did.
I have watched
Who
that.
was Batman in that one?
And Mad Max Fury Road.
I've seen the, what's it called?
Right, go on then, Jake. Yeah, so yes, you've
No,
seen
it's
it,
been
Go on, Sharia.
2 awards from the BAFTAs for animation film plus children's animation BAFTA.
That's quite impressive. 2 BAFTAs for animation, did you say?
Yeah.
Would Disney's come under animation?
Yeah, of course.
Because that brought out Moana 2 last year, didn't it?
Yeah, because that's like
Or was that this year?
that was this.
Because beating Moana 2 would have been
Yeah.
mad impressive, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's such a
Yeah.
This year, alright, so maybe not last year. But I bet there was a Disney movie last year.
Mufasa did quite well last year.
That
Well,
wasn't
still-
animated
that's still
though, was it?
different.
It was live action.
Oh,
Yeah, but then it's
I think it's. I
yeah.
think they categorise it different. I could be wrong.
which really I'd say it is animated. Well,
Oh, no,
it is
it's
animation.
still
still
because
very impressive anyway.
How do you make a lion talk?
Yeah, Moana 2 was 2025.
Yeah.
January 2025.
No, it wasn't. It was last year.
Was it?
Yeah. See, I knew better than that.
Says Moana 2. Oh, Moana 2 was released as a digital download on 28th of January.
Wait, what?
yeah.
Oh, Jake got it. Jake got it right.
2025. That's this year.
Oh, so it was this year. Oh, so Jake, you were
No,
right.
Wait, what?
It came out in cinemas last year. So it
Yeah, I think it
came
did.
out.
Oh, yeah.
It did.
Right, no, so it was released on Disney Plus and stuff this year. Cinemas was very end of 2024, so you are right.
Thank you.
Go after that speed in that.
I don't think.
So let's carry on.
Yeah, go on.
Carry on.
Sharia.
Plot of the movie, Wallace and Gromit.
The plot, I haven't got a copy of your sheet. Let's flip it round. I'll have a look. I mean, I probably won't be, but let's have a read.
Well, yeah, you did.
Vengeance.
Yeah, because I've seen it before. I've seen it, so. That is tiny.
The talented,
Sorry, carry on,
Yeah,
Shreya.
right.
Go on, Shreya.
talented
Inventor.
inventor Wallace
Creates.
creates a robotic garden, designed to help around the garden. However, it leads his companion Gromit to feel threatened by
No bots.
no boats close next to Wallace.
Well done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Watching the other ones, especially that one, it does kind of make me want to watch the new one.
Yeah.
How long is it? Because most of them are quite short.
I think it's about,
Yeah.
I think about an hour and a half. I think it's a proper.
Oh, really?
So it's
they've
the
proper
long.
gone for
It's
it.
the long. I think
Jack.
that and Curse of the Were-Rabbit that came out in 2006.
So around there,
Yeah.
6 to 8.
Yeah. They were actually considered feature films, whereas the rest, so sort of The Grand Day Out to A Matter of Life and Death, were considered short films.
And would you go to the cinema to watch one of the first movies where it's only 30 minutes?
I reckon they'd have broadcasted it on telly.
Wait, what?
Is there
30
anyone
minutes?
that remembers when the original came out? Does anyone remember watching
1989,
Wallace and Gromit for the first time?
1989. Yeah, it's 89.
Yeah,
So,
So, do we have anyone in the group that remembers the time, or do we just remember it being about forever? There's no wrong answer.
About
I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think I've ever seen in cinemas something so short.
no.
What films are you talking about? I have not seen it yet.
It's a
Wallace
bit
and
older
Gromit.
than you, mate.
I reckon they'd have broadcasted it because it
Yeah,
did
maybe.
say
Yeah.
that they came out usually around Christmas.
Yeah,
Because I
it
was
seems
looking
very
at
BBC, doesn't it?
Yeah, this had a December release, so I reckon they released one most of the time. I don't know about Curse of the Were-Rabbit. I want to say that might have made cinemas, it being a bit
I feel
longer.
like it did. I feel like I remember
Yeah.
seeing a lot of advertisements
And
for
then,
it, whether it was cinema or not.
obviously, the newest one made Netflix and BBC iPlayer, and obviously was broadcast on the telly.
Oh.
I don't think it made it into cinemas, but it went out through Netflix and iPlayer like a coalition,
Yeah.
so
Together.
you can see it on both things.
Well, it come into
Two very-
Netflix.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
But when's it came out then, Joe? When?
Last year you mentioned,
Yeah, Christmas. Yeah. So
Was
you
it
say
Chris-
it'll still
Is
be
it
out
on
now.
Netflix or the BBC iPlayer?
It's on
but
both.
which one?
It's on
both.
Yeah,
It
if
come
it's
into
not on,
Netflix
if it's
when it did, but it on
Yeah.
BBC
Oh, okay.
iPlayer.
At the
Yeah.
moment, it's not on anything but iPlayer.
yeah.
Oh.
And just quickly,
Oh,
I won't make you
I
read
play
out
it.
all the voice actors, but compared to the follow-up one, well, the original
Yeah.
one, does yours only have one
Yeah,
voice actor?
and that was just the late great Peter Sallis as Wallace.
And then this one's got, just looking now, around 8 to 10.
Yeah.
And some big names as well, Peter Kay as the Chief Inspector.
Yeah,
Someone's favourite character was the Chief Inspector.
that was
wasn't it?
yours, Jake.
That
Yeah.
was your favourite character?
He appeared
What's the movie
in,
called?
Wallace and Gromit.
Or is it Gromit? Yes. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I was talking about it's a character. What's it called?
He's called the Chief Inspector Albert McIntosh.
Yeah.
Jesus,
He
spelled
also
Albert.
appeared in Curse of the Were-Rabbit, but I think he was just a
Oh,
mere
Macintosh.
sergeant there.
Just like a bit of background kind
Yeah.
of thing. Oh, good. Anyone else want to add anything to our little coverage on
I want to add
Wallace?
one thing with the new one and something from the old one. Obviously, Peter Sallis, late great actor, very great actor. He was in a lot of comedy. He was in Last of the Summer Wine,
Last
which
of
is
the
the
Summer Wine, yeah.
longest running sitcom in the
Yes.
world from
Yes.
1973 to 2010. He would voice Wallace one last time in around the 2008-9 mark. Then he retired from the role. So the voice of Wallace in the newer one is Ben Whitehead.
Because that was some shoes to fill.
Yeah, who stood in for him in games and would take over after he finished. Of course, Peter Sallis is no longer with us. He was born in 1921, so if he was still around now, he'd be in his hundreds.
Hundreds, yeah.
Yeah. But there is a nice little tribute to him. If you look at a scene where Wallace is in the hall, I can't remember the exact scene, but there's the raincoat from the wrong trousers that Gromit wears when he's leaving home. And then there is Peter Sellis's cap and coat from his time playing Norman Clegg in Last of the Summer Wine. And when I looked at it,
the clip. We'll try and find it.
and when I looked at it, being a Last of the Summer Wine fan as well as Wallace and Gromit, I thought that is lovely because there are only a couple of characters left from Last of the Summer Wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just lost Brian Murphy last month.
Have you watched? Who's familiar with this Last of the Summer Wine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just lost Brian Murphy. He was in a few sitcoms in the early 70s. He was in George and Mildred.
Yeah, George and Mildred.
He died
So he's quite
last
popular.
month. Yeah, they were.
I watched George and Mildred.
Yeah. So there's barely any of them left. So that was lovely, that, because Salis took on the thing and he brought Wallace to life, really, because he had that distinctive voice.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
So I totally
The first
recommend.
one,
I totally recommend watching Last of the Summer Wine if you haven't already.
Summer Wine, but I've not seen that.
Maybe give it a little watch.
Yeah, it's an old sitcom.
It's a comedy.
Very
I'm sure you'd find it
Comedy.
funny.
Oh.
Yeah, it is. It's hilarious.
You'll like it.
Well, it might be easy to find out and watch it. I have not seen that film.
There are
Is it good?
there are a couple of episodes
It's
on YouTube.
about three old men.
Yeah.
Claggy.
I think I
Compo and usually a more.
watched it.
It did start originally with an actor called Michael Bates, but he was replaced by Brian Wilde, who was actually born in Ashton-under-Lyne.
No. So
Yeah.
quite close to home.
Yeah, though he was brought up in Devon and Hertfordshire, so he sounded a bit more like a southerner.
And I've actually been to the Last of the Summer Wine on a coach
Yeah,
tour.
it was filmed in Holmfirth.
So, you know what? There's a few series nowadays.
Yeah.
There's one on Netflix right now, quite popular. Mum and my missus have both watched it.
There's a lot on
And
Netflix,
it's
so-
filmed on the market.
Yeah.
More than one, there's quite a few.
Yeah, Peaky Blinders, they've done a bit of filming around here.
Plaza.
If you've ever watched Last Tango in Halifax, there's a scene where Stockport Market is featured, but this is going back into the last decade, so around 2012.
Yeah, the intro of one of the series just released on Netflix. The whole intro of it is
One of
going
the
down
Harlan
to the
Coben
market.
ones.
And it ends at the
Yeah.
baker's vault store.
Yeah, the Harlan Coben one,
Yeah.
I want to say she, but I have a feeling it might be a guy. They have done, I want to say like 6 or 7 series on Netflix, and majority of them have at least one scene in Stockport.
Yeah.
Imagine him in an episode. I was just walking past
In
one.
the episode.
I have seen filming in Stockport and walked past when it's happened.
Wait, what, you've seen it?
So you might have
When?
been-
No, like I've been like walking to work in the morning because they normally either film in the morning or set up right in the morning.
You set up with why in the morning?
No, so I was walking to work.
What
in
did
the
you
market,
work?
What about
And they
your
were all
breakfast
filming
then?
everything.
And whilst
right.
we're on the topic of filming, when I was in high school, sort of I think it was my second year, I met one of the hairy bikers at Bramall Hall.
Which one? 'Cause one just passed away, didn't he?
Yeah, it was the one that passed away. I forgot his name. Dave. I forgot his last name. Yeah, I met him.
Oh, that's quite
Lovely guy. Lovely.
Anyone met any celebrities in here?
Yeah, Julia Gautier,
Nice.
who's in Coronation, was in Coronation Street. She's
Yeah.
got dementia now, Alzheimer's.
God bless.
Yeah.
Anyone else met any other celebrities?
First.
Aye.
Oh, out of Corrie.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of Corrie stars. I met Talisa out of End Ups.
I met Joe Burgess from the One Boys podcast.
And Joe Graham from the Train
I'm not
Spotters.
for that.
No, lovely. Right, we'll end it off there because I don't want to prolong
Oh,
it.
Steve was going to say who he is, man.
Have you met someone, Stephen?
Well,
Well, Stephen, you've met me as well, so that's another celebrity.
There you go.
and you met, didn't you meet someone out of Blue Peters, Steve?
Blue Peter.
Yeah.
Oh, some Blue Peter character. Oh, yeah,
Wait,
you
what, the Blue
absolutely
Peter?
love that, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not surprised there.
Either one.
Right, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the Wallace and Gromit special.
Yeah.
Andrew, would you like a song to end off with?
Well, I've got the whole lot here, but
We'll do that separate recording. Do you want to give one?
I'll give you 3 if you want.
Go on, 3 then.
Right, the Xbox, if you didn't care. and Glenn Miller Orchestra and Moody Lights.
Oh yeah, I know that one.
And the last one will be Sing, Sing, Sing Quick by Itty Goodman.
Very nice. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed.
Bye.
Bye.